to our election 2022 coverage. Nebraska will soon have all three of its representatives in Washington again, but it comes after a close race some experts are calling surprising. With all districts reporting at midnight, the Nebraska Secretary of State's page shows Republican Mike Flood topped Democrat Patty Pansing-Brooks 53 to 47%. That's the closest race in Nebraska's first congressional district in decades. Came after Pansing-Brooks even led in some of the early returns. Both campaigns are trying to focus on the positive from last night. From Mike Flood, that positive is that he'll be filling the seat left empty by former Congressman Jeff Fortenberry. 3 News Now reporter Alex Whitney spent last night at Flood's watch party and brings us reaction.
It was a close race, but the votes are finally in, and Republican Mike Flood will be headed to Washington to represent Nebraska's first congressional district after he defeated Patty Pansing-Brooks in Nebraska's first special election in over 70 years.
But we have to keep moving forward and keep our eyes on November. We cannot let up.
It was a rough start to the night for Flood as Pansing-Brooks took an early lead, especially in Lancaster County. But as the night rolled on, Pansing-Brooks' lead began to shrink as the vote from the rural counties in CD1 rolled in, with Flood winning by a large margin in those rural counties. Flood will now be headed to Washington, but he says he isn't overlooking his rematch with Pansing-Brooks coming up in November.
Well, obviously, we have to get that office staffed. We have to start taking care of people in the first congressional district. Winning in November is the next priority after that. And so the work, obviously, there's a celebration tonight, but the work starts tomorrow. We got a lot of work to do to convince people to come our way.
So election season isn't done for Mike Flood or Patty Pansing-Brooks, as they will square off again in the general election in November. From Norfolk for 3 News Now, I'm Alex Whitney.